3 years back, I would have been blank. Coming from a background where I was into marketing, operations, supply chain, so hardly finance was something which I was escaping for those subjects. One day, when I came across Sharon's this Instagram reel where he was like, there was an ad, he was sitting on the back seat of a car and he met an accident, he went to the heaven. It was a very hilarious reel kind of thing. So that knack to do a lot of research around, keep learning new things. So I learned about this investment strategy through this 1% club.
Tell me a little bit about how did you start investing?
I started investing like 10 months back only. I'm financially literate, but I'm very good investor now. Just because I got into this 1%, I'm now focusing on to have traveling cards and a card for which I can spend for normal shopping or I eat at any restaurant or anything.
What is your return on investment at the 1%?
My current portfolio, if I talk about, it's giving a good return of 15 to 16%.
In these 10 months, has there been a point where you've made like a financial blunder and be like, you know what, this I could have avoided, or going further, I'm going to avoid this? Hello everybody. Today I'm talking with Rahul. He's 28 years old. He was born and brought up in Lucknow, but he's been working remote for the last 5 years now, from Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. He's a business analyst at Wipro, and today we're going to be talking about financial literacy, why it's so important, how you can start early on it, and also stock investments. Hi Rahul, it's really nice to have you. Thank you for being here. So we're fairly young people, right? We're like in our 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, early 20s. What was it for you to discover investment and financial planning? How did that start?
So if you would have asked me like 2 or 3 years back, so I would have been blank, actually, a very blank. So coming from a background where I was into marketing, operations, supply chain, so hardly finance was something which I was escaping for those subjects or these topics, right? Because in MBA also I had finance, so I used to pray that okay, I just barely passed this out subject anyhow. So finance was something a very scary factor for me where I was not having that knowledge of how to invest, how to put my money where, right? So there was a moment when I came to one person who is one of my closest friend, who told me to start investing in mutual funds, right? So I was very blank with what is mutual fund and also. So I used to know these things, that there are many investment products, but I didn't do it until one day when I came across Sharon's this Instagram reel where he was like, there was an ad, he was sitting on the back seat of a car and he met an accident, he went to the heaven, right? So it was a very hilarious like reel kind of thing. So I just googled. So I have that knack to do a lot of research around new things, keep learning new things. So I learned about this investment strategy through this 1% club.
Have you ever gone abroad or like decided to go, and now do you think like you're in a better place to actually finance it for yourself? What does that feel like?
Yeah, so back in 2017, right, when I was doing my MBA, so we went to Singapore, right? So going there was a very
Expensive. Yeah, Singapore is like the
right?
most
So
expensive.
I couldn't have imagined financing it for myself, but just because it was a college trip, right? So I went there, and when I went there, it just blew my mind. Why? Because there were Rolls Royce, Lamborghini on the roads, man, and like it was like five Lamborghinis back to back. Like we see normal cars over here, it was there. So the lifestyle I saw there, right? So I had a dream that okay, I want to have this lifestyle for myself also, right? So for that, the very important thing was to save money, and to where to save money was still I was clueless, but now I have that answer, that how to save it, where to save it, what are the tools that I have to use, right?
Did you like discover all of this after joining the 1% club?
Yes,
Did
definitely.
that really change things
Yes,
for you?
yes,
How?
yes. So basically, I joined this 1% club like sometime back only.
Okay.
So in that, you have different kind of modules and all, where you have been taught about different stock market master classes, right? What credit cards to use, how you can improve your spending behavior, right? So earlier in my MBA days, I used to study this in the branding and marketing subject, right? That how things are packaged and advertised to you, right? So there are a lot of products in the market that you can buy this, you can buy that, and you can spend money, you can get rewards and all. But those are just half information which are available. So there are a lot of information which is hidden to you, like the interest you pay to the EMI, the heavy
Yeah,
interest charges, the processing fee that you pay upfront while availing these EMIs through these credit cards, right? That
nothing
is very
ever.
huge. So, and I am a personality who is a very impulsive buying. Okay, there's a
Okay.
big billion day, so you go and purchase something, or any kind of Black Friday sale, you go and purchase something. So these things I have controlled a lot, and now I'm improving those spending habits basically, right? So that is a very important thing for an individual who is into their 20s
Yeah.
to change their spending habits.
Correct, because I think once that we start earning, seeing money is already such a big deal. Because our parents they grow us up in such a different way, ना कि हाँ ये खर्चे कर सकते हो, ये नहीं कर सकते. It's always what they say. We really don't know.
Yeah.
But then once you actually start earning your own money, you're like, where's the money to save? ये तो सारा अभी खत्म हो रहा है.
And
So
before you earn that money, you have all their expenses in your mind.
exactly. So like saving is earlier I used to think that saving meant like not spending my money.
Yeah.
I didn't know saving meant like putting it somewhere where it's
Exactly,
growing.
exactly.
That kind of discovery or that kind of exposure, I wish I had also gotten much earlier in my
Yeah.
life.
Same experience. So if I would have got this 5 years back,
Hmm.
so I believe I would have at least 40% achieved my fire number.
Really? And what is your fire number?
So it is approx like 5.83,
Okay.
where I don't have to work further. But if I talk about my lean fire, it comes around 3.8, where I can continue working till 48.
Tell me a little bit about how did you start investing? Like what were the steps you started? Because right now you're at that age where you are beginning to create that future, right? You've started about it. How long has it been since you've started investing, if I can ask?
Initially, I started investing like way back, like 10 months back only.
10 months. So
But
fairly new to it.
yeah, very new, very new. I
Yeah.
told you know that I'm financially literate, but
Yeah.
I'm very good investor now. Just because I got into this 1% thing, right? And they told me different kind of tools and what are the things that you can consider before investing. Do a research, going to the Nifty 50, researching about the top companies. What are the sectors currently which
Hmm.
are booming, right? So that helped me to make a better decision. Earlier, it was like, okay, my friend is investing in a certain X stock, I go and blindly invest in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the case.
That happens. I
Not
mean, even
bothering
with
about
me.
my fire number could be different, his fire number could be different. He might have already achieved his fire number. He's just doing it for just uh for a living.
Yeah.
But for me, it is a different goal.
In these 10 months, has there been a point where you've made like a financial blunder and be like, you know what, this I could have avoided, or going further, I'm going to avoid this?
During this 5 years, I used to own 5 credit cards. So
Hmm.
every credit card has their annual maintenance, right?
Yeah.
So I was paying five annual
Then,
maintenance for the 5 of the cards. So after attending these modules of how to manage your credit cards, I have closed two of them. Right. Currently, I'm using only three, for which I have requested a new premium cards for which there is a lifetime membership free. Right.
okay,
And
yeah, yeah.
so basically, I'm a kind of a travel guy. So I love
Hmm.
traveling and cooking. Right. So these are the two things that I do to make myself happy. Right. So traveling, so I'm now focusing on to have traveling cards and a card for which I can spend for normal shopping, or I eat any restaurant or anything, right? So these are the things that I.
How has the 1% Club helped in framing this mindset? Like, I'm pretty sure that this mindset takes time to build. What did 1% do for you in that?
Okay, so I'll break it into 2 points. Firstly, 1% club gave me that financial literacy which I was lacking earlier, which I was not having, to invest, how to invest, where to invest, whom to get back to, and secondly, what to invest, how
Hmm.
much money I have to invest. If I'm, for example, if I am earning 50,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, so how much percentage of amount you have to invest, how much percentage of amount you have to keep for your expenses. So expenses like your rent and your fixed expenses kind of thing, which you do on a monthly basis, right? So
Right.
that it helped me to get that percentage value, that how much percentage have to be invested in a certain manner, in a disciplined manner, and you have to
Hmm.
do it in a regular thing. Like, it's not that you invested today over the next 6 months, and in seventh, 8th month you just give up, right? So
Yeah.
it will not
It
happen.
has
It
to
will.
be like a recurring
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
of course.
So you need to decide a certain percentage of value that you have to invest. You need to figure out so that you can continue doing it in a longer phase, right?
More
So yeah,
sustainability.
exactly.
Okay, give me three biggest learnings from the 1% Club that you have taken?
Okay, the first learning is to how to analyze your stocks. What are the industry where you can invest? That was from the stock mastery course or module from that 1%. Second is getting the financial knowledge, getting how to calculate your FI number, because I didn't knew that how much money I would need after 40 years.
Yeah,
How would you
nobody
know?
thinks about those
Because I didn't
things.
knew that there is a tool to calculate your money. So that was it was a
Yeah.
mind blowing tool for me, right? So very like I'll give a heads up to this FI
Okay.
number. To calculate the FI number is a very good thing because you can
Yeah.
actually plan now your
And it's more
next 20, 30
statistical,
years.
so
Yeah.
it can be reliable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the third thing is access to different events. So currently I'm sitting with you. So this opportunity would have not came if I would have not joined 1% Club. So this is one of the opportunity, meeting people, meeting new people, exchanging your thoughts, right? So that's how you grow in your career.
That was
Learning from
very
the
well
mistakes,
put.
like you were talking in the earlier part, right? Learning from the
Yeah.
mistakes. Yeah, exactly.
What is your return on investment at the 1% Club?
See, my current portfolio, if I talk about, it's giving a good return of 15 to 16%. So that is
Okay.
fairly enough. So for a beginner who is not financially literate, so
Fair,
so 15
fairly
16%
young.
is
Yeah.
very good, but that is from past 10 months. But eventually, if you I keep investing in this for next 5 years or 10 years, that will eventually grow to 18 19%. So and also I have like cashed it out some of the profits recently to do some of my stuffs.
One advice you could give your younger self, that is me, because I am 22 right
Yeah.
now and I am starting to financially invest, right? What is that one advice that you want to tell me that, you know what, at this age, you can do this that I can't at that age? What is that one factor?
Is to have a discipline, right?
Okay.
One is very important that you have to be disciplined in your investments, right? You need to like think of a value that you need to achieve and a value that you want to invest, right? So that is very
Yeah.
important because you cannot be like today you are investing more money and eventually because as you grow the inflation is also growing along with the GDP, right? So your expenses will be higher on that time, so you should manage it in a way that after 5 years 10 years also you are able to beat that inflation and you're able to invest properly into your portfolios.
No, I think that was very well put, and thank you so much. Understanding that, you know, this is what people actually should be doing at an age where they're doing everything else but thinking about their future. I mean, of course, we think about our future in ways that what we want to do, but nobody really thinks about what you have to do,
Yeah, true.
right? And it plays a very important role. So I really want to thank you for coming out and telling us all of this. It really means a lot, and I hope this helped a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you.